Okay, our task today is to construct a nut because it's very important for you to know how to construct a nut or a bolt for paper 2. So we are given two views of a nut, M20 nut here. So this is our right view, this is our front view of the nut, right? So now I'll show you how to construct this nut, M20 nut. So now, because we are given these two views, obviously we'll have to start by drawing this right view. Why? Because we can't draw this front view without this view, especially this hexagon shape. This hexagonal shape will help us to come up with this front view, because obviously we have to project all the points from the right view. Okay, so I have my center lines there for the right view. So I've added something there. I have these two formulas. This one is for the diameter, and this is the height of the nut. So it's very important for you to know this too, because as for now we are not given the diameter of the circle, and this formula is for that diameter, it's for that circle. So this formula is for that circle there, right? So this h, the height of the nut, because now we are given here the height of the nut, that means we are not going to use that. But if uh, we are not given the height of the M20 nut, that means I'll have to use this formula. So this M is for the M value, because this is the M20 nut, that means our M value is 20. So you just substitute the 20 here, right? Okay, so now I'll start with the circle there. Obviously you have to draw center lines. I have my center lines there, so now I'll have to draw the circle. So now obviously the diameter is m, which is 20 multiplied by 1.5. The answer is 30, right? So that means the diameter of the circle, it's 20. So obviously I'll divide this by 2, and then I'll measure 15 here on my compass. So it's 15. So I just draw that circle there. Just like that. Okay, so now because I have the circle, that means I'll have to construct the hexagon just around the circle, right? So now I'll have to use my 30 by 60. Actually I'll have to use both set squares. So I'll take my 45 by 45 set square, put it there, right? First I'll have to construct the two vertical lines. Obviously those are faint lines like that, right? Okay, those lines for this flat this side and this flat that side, right? Okay, so now I'll have to draw this flats, right? The four flats, this side and this side, right? Okay, so I can just put my 45 there like that, take my 30 by 60, slide it down to where the circle starts, then I can just draw a line there, and then flip this 30 by 60 to the other side where the circle starts. I just draw a tangent line there like that, and then when it comes to this side I can just put my set square like that, slide it to where the circle starts like that, draw a tangent line like that, and put my set square like that as well, draw a line there. So automatically I have my hexagon there, so I can just draw the hexagon using outlines. Like that, just like that. So this is the hexagon. So now I'll have to add the inner circle, the smaller circle. But obviously, as you can see here, we have this arc here. So this M20 is for that arc there. So this is the outer thread of the threaded hole, right? Because this is the threaded hole of the nut. So obviously this will be our diameter for that arc there. So 20, we divide that by 2. It gives us 10. That means I'll have to measure 10 here and draw that arc. So I'll just draw the arc just like that. And then when it comes to this inner one, I'll have to multiply the m value by 0.1, right? So I'll just multiply the m value by 0.1. So obviously the m value is 20 multiplied by 0.1, 20 multiplied by 0.1, it gives us 2, right? So I can just mark off 2 there from this arc going in. So I'll just mark off 2 there. So I'll just take my compass, put my compass at the center to that point that I've marked now, and I can just draw a circle. Okay, so this is my right view. So now I can proceed. So obviously this is the complete right view of the nut. So now I can just proceed and draw the front view. So now I'll have to project all the points to my left hand side. So just start with that point there. Project that point to my left hand side. That point there. This point, that point there, and also this point of the circle by the center lines there. I'll have to project those two as well, like that. Okay, so now I can just draw a line there where the front view will start. So obviously the thickness of the nut, it's 16. That means I'll just measure 16 there, draw a line like that. Okay, so now my focus will be on this point, that point, that point, that point, that point, that point, that point, and that point, right? So if you check, this side of the nut is flat, but this side I have 3 arcs. So now I'll just do the constructions for this arcs there, right? Okay, so I'll start with this smaller rectangle up there. So I'll have to use my 30 by 60 again. So now I'll put my 30 by 60 like that, and then slide it to that first point up there, that one, and then draw construction line all the way down there, and I can flip that to this side. Now I'll slide my 30 by 60 to this point down here. Then I'll have to construct that point straight away up to there. So those two lines must intersect somewhere there, right? Okay, so obviously this construction, that means I'll have to put my compass there to draw the arc in the middle there, right? Okay, so for the small arc right here, that means I'll have to project this point down to this line here. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Slide my 30 by 60 to that point, project that point to this line there. So now that means I have a point there. I'll put my compass there and draw that arc there. Let me just zoom that in. Then for this arc here, I'll put my compass right there, right? Okay, so now I have to draw a line from that point to that line there. Do the same thing up there from this point to there. Okay, so this are the constructions. Now I can take my compass and draw the arcs. So I'll start with the arc in the middle. So I'll put my compass at that point to that point up there, like that. And then obviously the arc will start on this line all the way to this line. So this is my arc, right? So now I can move my compass and put it on that point to that line there. So obviously I put my compass on that point to this point there, alright? Then I can just draw the arc. I'll do the same thing this side, put my compass there to that point there and draw the arc. Okay, so now I have the three arcs. So now I can just complete my front view there. So I'm supposed to extend the center line like that. Okay, then now I can just draw this line here from here to that point, not all the way up there, and then even this side from that base to this point there. And then now I'll have to add the two chamfers, right? So obviously where this circle starts, I have to project that point to here. That means I have a point there, and as well as this point I'll have to project that point to my front view. Then from there I can use my 30 by 60. I'll put it like this. From that point there I'll have to draw a straight line up to there. Do the same thing here, draw a line from that point to here. Then now I can just draw a line here from that point. Let me just zoom that. So now I can just draw a straight line from that point to that point. So I'll just connect the two like that. Then now I can just complete my front view there by drawing a line from here to there, not all the way up there, from here up to there. Okay, so this is the complete front view of the M20 Nut. So obviously this is our right view, this is our front view. So this is worth about 8 to 12 marks if you drew it correctly. So it's very important for you to know how to construct a nut or a bolt. So I hope this video will help you, and please make sure you know these two formulas, because these two will help you when you construct your nut or your bolt. But this is only for the nut. For the bolt it's 0.7, not 0.8. Okay, so this part is for any nut. And then for a bolt, the diameter is the same formula, so it's m multiplied by 1.5, and the height of the bolt, it's m multiplied by 0.7. So this is for the bolt. This is for a bolt. So for a nut, you use this 2. This is the height of the head. So that means it's HM multiplied by 0.7. You get the height of that part. And then for a bolt, obviously, uh, instead of 0.8, you multiply the M value by 0.7.